All right. So thank you everybody for joining us, whether you're joining us live in the VIP group or if you are watching this recording later, maybe on my YouTube channel, Empower Wellness Essential Oils. I just want to welcome you and thank you so much for joining us. So we're going to talk about essential oils for babies, and there's a lot of questions about it, sometimes controversy. All right. And we do have to proceed with caution, of course, because they're babies, they're tiny, they are super sensitive, right? So I'm going to address all those different things and give you some of the tips from my own experience, from the experience of many others, and tried and true tested things that people have worked with for years and years. And it's become more and more established now that doTERRA is on the scene in the essential oil world. And we'll go over that in just a little bit. But I do want to tell you, I'm going to stop sharing for just a second because I want to show you, those of you that are attending, and you'll have the opportunity for this even if you are watching this later. Okay, I have some gifts. So if you've probably seen on some of my invites, like I have these beautiful roller bottles, okay, with these different stickers, okay, all right, and this little recipe card with dilution chart. I'll go over that more, but you are able to get one of these. Everybody who watches this, attends, can get a little mini roller for attending and filling out a little, survey thing, our thank you gift survey. And this is adorable. I mean, pop it in your diaper bag and it's going to be fantastic. So I'm really excited to get that to you guys. So just stay tuned and I will tell you where to go to be able to get your hands on these, okay? All right, so essential oils are everywhere. And so we really want to make sure that we're being wise in regards to our children, especially our little babies. So the first part of this is going to be an introduction to essential oils, kind of some basics, laying the foundation here for how powerful these essential oils are. You're going to learn 3 cool things about essential oils, 3 ways to use them, and also how to get them in your home. And so the 3 main ways that we're going to use them, and we're also going to talk a little more in depth with how to use them with our babies, okay? Okay, so the first cool thing about essential oils is that they're safe. These are nature's medicine, right? 100% pure, no side effects, no addictive properties to them. We've been growing up alongside these plants for, millennia. And so our bodies are adapted to each other. Our two species, we are adapted to each other. Our bodies know how to use these essential oils in powerful ways. Just like our food also from plants and things, like our body knows how to use them. And doTERRAs specifically are absolutely amazing. They are certified pure tested grade, and we actually have the first ever pharmaceutical grade essential oil that goes through the same rigorous testing and proof as pharmaceuticals. This is only doTERRA. Okay, I won't go into all to the details of this. It's too exciting. I'd go way off track. But with that being safe and powerful, things like a simple oil like peppermint turn into this like Swiss Army knife regarding the uses that our body can do with it. So from energy to helping with the stomach to clarity, focus, all the things. All right. And the essential oil, since it's so potent, it's 50 to 70 times more potent than the herb that it represents. So if you had peppermint tea, this is 1 drop of essential oil is like 28 cups of peppermint tea. Okay. So Really powerful. And so keeping that in mind also with our little ones, we need to know how to safely dilute and these essential oils for use with our sensitive little ones. The second cool thing is that they're super effective. I've mentioned this with, we grew up with plants, and so our bodies know how to use them, but also the chemistry of it. Now, I'm a chemistry geek. I have a degree in biology and chemistry, and I love the science behind these oils. And so I totally geek out with them. I've been using them for over 10 years now, and I've just seen story after story, even just the little ones within my life that have painted this beautiful picture of incorporating essential oils in a super effective way, because their chemistry allows them to not only interact outside the cell, but inside the cell. Now, let me explain. So most of the medications that we work with are water soluble, okay? And they're called lipophobic, all right? So, and they're hydrophilic. They dissolve in water. And so floating around in our blood, sure, that's fine. But our cells are actually, they're coated, their cell structure is a lipid, it's fat. And so they have trouble getting inside the cell and helping the cell work from the inside out. Well, essential oils, because they are lipophilic, they actually dissolve in oils and things like that. They can get inside the cell. And so they can not only help the cell from the outside in, but inside out. And because we grew up with them, our bodies know how to use them in a really powerful way. On Guard, for instance, is fantastic for the immune system. Okay, everybody's wondering about that these days. And whatever method that you're using to try to support your immune system, if the immune system itself is not strong, then you're going to struggle, period. So if we can use tools to boost the immune system and the actual cells involved, then we can do powerful things. All right. All right, so they're also affordable. A lot of people, oh man, essential oils are so expensive. Well, let's really break this down real simply here. Let's talk about one trip to the doctor. One trip to the doctor, okay? Let's say your little one wakes up with an earache, crying, grabbing at the ear. Oh man, so you might have to take off work. The gas to drive to the doctor, the copay at the doctor, the prescription at the pharmacy. All right, it all adds up. And what is that? At least $50, right? Okay. I've, in my own experience and many experiences of others, have used, like with an earache, 1 drop, 2 drops of like melaleuca or lavender or basil around the ear, things like, not in the ear, but around the ear, diluted. We'll talk about that. And that earache goes away. All right. And so if that had turned into all the things, that saved me $50. 2 drops. That's pennies compared to the $50. Okay. So that pays for like multiple bottles of essential oils just right there. Okay. So they are affordable. So now 3 ways to use essential oils. Classically, we know about aromatic. So aromatic use, we're smelling it in, breathing it in, great for the respiratory tract, but also really powerful for the mood. And this is not just like a placebo type effect. Oh, it smells nice. No, your nose has direct connection to the part of the brain that controls your emotion, that controls your heart rate, that controls your blood pressure. All right. So when you're breathing in these molecules, they're having direct interaction with that part of the brain and helps to balance your mood, right? The powerful part of this is that because it has that direct connection, as opposed to your other senses, where your other senses, whether it's sight, taste, sound, touch, all right, those have to be processed by your thinking brain first before you have an emotional reaction. But your sense of smell, it's instantaneous, okay? What does that do? Think about it. If you have a situation going on that's causing you stress, that's causing you emotional pain, right? that situation might not change right in that moment, but you can use an essential oil in that moment to help bring balance to your mood instantaneously without needing the situation to necessarily change. You can move into action with control over your emotions and then make an effective choice for whatever situation's happening. That's powerful. That's powerful. All right. Topically, we can apply these essential oils now. doTERRAs, because of their purity, and we'll talk a little bit more about that, we can apply them topically. Many of them, for adults, you can just apply them straight onto the skin, but there's advantages to dilution, and we'll talk more about that. And you definitely want to dilute with your little ones, all right? Because each drop of essential oil has 40 million trillion molecules in it, okay? That's more cells that's in your body. So it is definitely enough. Even when we're doing some of these recipes where, you might have 1 or 2 drops in this full bottle, it's still enough, okay? So, topically, you have like a lot of times you have a specific area of concern that you're applying it topically, okay? But there's also specific places that you can apply, which we'll talk about, that can have an effect on the whole body in a really powerful way, all right? So aromatic, respiratory, and mood, topical, specific area of concern, and then there's tricks to get a full like systemic effect. Now, the really powerful way to have like a full body effect, and I more recommend this for adults, is internally, okay? So internally, because of doTERRA's quality and really like, our pharmaceutical grade, our testing, we'll talk about it, no other company has the testing that's involved that I could confidently say, yeah, you could take this internally. And most of those companies that they say, oh, they're 100% pure, they won't recommend them to be used internally because they don't do the check system that we do in order to act with confidence. And yeah, so internally, you can use them under the tongue, put them in a little veggie cap, things like that, that will really help to allow the body to maximize the full bouquet of that essential oil, because essential oils are not just one molecule. Even if it's peppermint or just lavender, there's a whole symphony of molecules that go into one essential oil. And the balance of that is really important, okay? Now, with babies, it's too powerful. We're not going to be using them internally for little babies, all right? Now, thinking about that, oh man, these essential oils are really great. I've mentioned how, doTERRA's purity, and you really have to pay attention to that. A lot of different products and things will claim to have pure essential oils in them, but most of them are synthetic. Most of them have additives, because if you're not controlling, if you don't know from the grower, from in the ground to where you are receiving it, if you don't have full knowledge of that and are testing along the way, you don't know what's in there, okay? And for instance, lavender. You might have heard of lavender for like burns and things like that, skin irritations. True wild lavender, okay? The lavender that is used by doTERRA, the cultivated lavender in France, that is wonderful for burns, wonderful. But companies aren't required to say what's exactly in the bottle, right? Even if it says 100% lavender, it might be the wild form of lavender. Here's the problem. If you were to put that wild form, lavandin, on there, it will worsen the burn, okay? And they're not required to say whether it's lavender or lavandin. They're not required to say if it's a mixture of the two. And so you have to know that it truly is a quality essential oil from a company that you trust. And doTERRA has set the bar from day one, and they continue to raise it. Like I said, first ever pharmaceutical grade essential oil. All right. Nobody else is even talking about doing that. Nobody else is even going for that. But it's needed because they're powerful, like I just explained. And so different essential oils that are put into products, it's not regulated, and it can actually be toxic to the body. So with doTERRA's seal of CPTG, all right, they are able to set that bar for purity. They source the best to help the most. So they're sourcing from all over the world, because, you know, an orange grown here in Boise, Idaho is going to be different from one grown in like the Dominican Republic and things like that. It's so much better where it's natively grown. And so that's where doTERRA sources them from. And they are working with small scale farmers, working in a sustainable way. It is absolutely incredible. And they do test after test with third-party labs to make sure that every time you use that bottle of lavender, it will not do harm, period. All right. Now, one of the great things is, like I mentioned, they're working with small scale farmers in a sustainable way. They're creating they just updated it at 500,000 jobs all over the world from sourcing. Okay, that's what's been, they're supporting that many farmers, and many of them are in developing countries. So when I'm helping people with these essential oils, I'm not just helping the person that's receiving that oil, but I'm helping that farmer in Rwanda or in Haiti or in, on these different places all over the world where there's so much need for a steady income from a reliable company. It's so powerful. I love being a part of it. Okay, so some of the essential oils, we'll talk a little bit about this, okay? All the citruses are very cleansing, and you'll notice you have ATC, so remember aromatic, topical, and internal. So lemon, this one oil, can be used in all three of those ways. So aromatically, emotionally, it is great for uplifting the mood and helping to bring like a cheery countenance. All right. Topically, when you're applying it, it can help with clarifying things, like cleansing surfaces. And internally, it's also cleansing internally. It's a gentle detox. Again, internally would be more for adults. Topically with citruses, I do want to say this, is that they can be photosensitive. So you don't want to put them on your arms and go sunbathe, all right? Then you might get a burn, all right? And then aromatically, a little goes a long way. We're talking 2 to 3 drops in a diffuser. For a little one's room, I would say like 1 drop, okay? More is not always better with aromatic usage, okay? Even that slight scent has a really powerful impact. So lavender is fantastic, like I said, for burn. So if we're applying topically, and again, we're going to dilute properly. I'll go for that in a second. But it's also great for sleep. You have a little one that has trouble sleeping, this is a really great oil to maybe have diffusing in the room. Dilute it, put it on the bottoms of the feet or maybe on the back. All right, it's wonderful. Frankincense is what's known as the king of oils. Okay. And it is so complex in its chemistry that it literally supports every system of the body. So to have a drop of this in a roller to have for your baby is just going to help for overall wellness. And again, it can be used aromatically, topically, and internally. And it just helps your cells just in general to function optimally. And like I was saying, we're only using a drop or 2 of this. And in these bottles, depending on the bottle size, you have like 250 drops in one bottle, and they don't go bad. Okay. It's really quite amazing. All right. So I want you to think about, What are your top 3 health concerns? Maybe for you, maybe for your little one. What do you want to create? What do you want to make sure that you're ready for? Maybe it's earaches, maybe it's tummy aches, maybe it's a sleepless night, maybe it's stress for you, okay? So have those in mind. And if I don't address something for that, please reach out to me and I will help you find a solution for that. Because like I always say, I have an oil for that. You have a problem, I have an oil for that. All right. So like I said, with babies, dilute, dilute, dilute. And I'm going to I'll get you guys, I'll show you how to get a good copy of, there's a really great dilution chart where it's like, hey, if you have this big of a container, then you only need this many drops, okay? To have the right percentage and what percentage to use at what age. So, okay, so like 3 to 24 months. Okay, so I need to have 0.5% or less. So if I have a 30 milliliter bottle, so the classic sized bottle that most of them come in, quick. So like this size, that's 30 milliliters. And you would have, for that 0.5 dilution, you would have 4 drops. All right. So then in our like in our 10 mil and things like that, we're totally talking 2 drops in there. Okay. For like 6 years to 15 years, 1 to 3%. And this is like for a daily use type of thing. And so then for that, it's like 27 drops of essential oils. And then you fill the rest up with fractionated coconut oil, olive oil, jojoba oil, whatever oil you're good with, then you're fine, okay? And this one is really great, this little chart. It has some great recommended oils to start with that are known to be super gentle for little ones from in those different age groups, and kind of when it is found to be really safe to add those oils in. And it's skin sensitivity is the issue. All right. So like I was saying, 1 drop, 40 million trillion molecules in there. So even 1 drop has a powerful effect. So if you're filling up something big, you can fill up something big with those few drops and then distribute it maybe into a smaller container so that you know that you have that right ratio. Now, make sure that you're testing it. Do a little test patch, no bigger than a dime on your little one that's properly diluted, just to see where they're at. Okay, because like you might also have an actual allergy to a plant, and so you want to test that. And so if there's any sort of redness, then you want to put some like fractionated coconut oil, just straight fractionated coconut oil, whatever, lotion type of thing that your baby is used to, and just that'll dilute it and allow the body to take care of it. Okay. And so you always do that test pot, test it, let it sit for 24 hours and see if you have anything. And it might need to be diluted more. No big. All right. And the other really smart thing is to introduce an essential oil kind of one at a time. All right. So then you know how the body is interacting with that specific oil. And so kind of do 1 oil at a time as you are integrating these. And so then the body has an awareness and has the knowledge of how to use these essential oils to its biggest potential. All right, so we were talking about dilution. Let's talk a little bit more about how we can use these essential oils in different ways. So I mentioned the feet, I've mentioned the back a little bit. There's also the chest. Now, the powerful part about the feet skin, the skin of the feet doesn't tend to be as sensitive. All right. So we can apply those on there and it won't be as sensitive, but your body absorbs it so quickly and utilizes it through the whole body really quickly. And because your feet, the nerve endings for your whole body actually terminate in your feet. Okay, so they end in your feet. So when you are applying that to the bottoms of the feet, it is sending signals to your entire body. You also have the aspect of touch with that, which is a beautiful thing. That connection through touch in and of itself is very powerful. And then you're stimulating all those nerves and these molecules that of plants that we've grown up with and as a species for so long, we know how to use them. So it's sending information to the body to create a wonderful balance and a wonderful way of living and repairing our bodies. The back is also a map for the body. So having good dilution, we've tested it out. Our body, the little one's body likes this oil. Applying it on the entire back is also, it'll distribute through the whole body really effectively. And, you know, babies love their backs to be rubbed, and combining it with the essential oil is fantastic. All right. You can also look at different like energy meridians within the body. The lungs are like in by the shoulders, like front of the shoulder, where the kind of a crease is, where the arm meets the main part of the body. Okay, and also on the back of the shoulder. So just try applying just a little bit on there can be wonderful for the lungs. And you want to store them, of course, away from where the little ones can get into them. Now, there's not been any like tragic thing from babies just ingesting doTERRA's essential oils, but they can have a really bad upset stomach and things like that. And it would be hard on their little livers to metabolize all of these, you know, millions and millions, trillions of molecules. Okay, so make sure they're stored safely away and up out of sight so that nothing can happen. And these, when they're, you want it in like a cool place and such, because as they heat up, they can evaporate more, especially the citruses tend to evaporate more easily. But it's not necessarily going to do it harm if they got hot, like in a car or something like that. But the best is like at that normal room temperature space. And some of them, like I said, are photosensitive, so having them in that dark container is also important. Some different calming oils. I already mentioned lavender. Roman chamomile is a fantastic one, and it's on one of those lists for the little ones as a really gentle oil that can be used in different recipes. So soothing to the skin and also just soothing to the mind as well. Tea tree, or also known as melaleuca, is a wonderful clarifying oil as well. So this is a good little immune system booster, where a lot of the other ones like that are for the immune system, like I mentioned, On Guard. There's also oregano is a great one for the immune system. Clove. Those ones are a little too spicy for the little ones, whereas melaleuca can be better for that. All right. And again, you're really highly diluting it. And yeah, okay, so lemon is also great for the immune system because it's clarifying and things. It helps with mucus and such as well. So as a parent, having the lemon in the water that you're drinking helps to break down the phlegm and things like that, any sort of mucus buildup, so that you're not getting clogged up in your lungs and things and having any issues form. Okay, so really powerful for that. Also great for the mood, and also for the little ones, diluting that again, putting maybe a little on the feet at bedtime to help boost their little immune systems. For tummies, ginger is great. Okay, I mentioned peppermint. Peppermint can be a little strong, right? The menthol in there can be a little strong. So ginger or even fennel is a great one that you can dilute and do on the thing. There's a even like a mandarin or a lemon can be great for the tummy as well. And that is actually one of the recommendations in the little sheet that I have there. Okay. And also with that, if you're when you're applying it to the stomach, you can just apply it to the foot. All right, you can just apply these to the feet and your body will know what to do with them. And if they're old enough, applying them to the stomach in a, sorry, I was on a chair, on a, in the way that their digestive tract is moving. So in a clockwise motion, that's how their digestive tract. So, and it can be really gentle too. It can be super gentle. So when you are applying these to babies, using them in massage, really, really dilute it because your skin absorbs everything. It goes into the blood system as much as, you know, oh, ingesting it and it goes into the blood system. Well, you actually have to manage the digestive system first before it goes into the blood system a lot of the times, but your skin actually goes like right into your blood system. Under the tongue, yes, is a direct access into your bloodstream, almost direct access. But whatever goes on your skin goes in you. So let's think about that with how many toxins that a lot of times we are putting on our body with our different skincare products and things like that. Balance is a fabulous, wonderful grounding oil blend that includes frankincense, okay, and wonderful tree like root oils. Another great one for calming for baby and for mama. Trust me, these are powerful for you too, or papa or grandma or granddad or anything like that. Now, doTERRA does have a touch line for little kids. It's not quite diluted enough for like babies, but for little kids, this touch line is fantastic. Okay, so it's already diluted and to the amount to apply topically for kids. Still do the spot test just to, you know, make sure. And yeah, and you're good to go. There's a kids line that is really great. And they're fun colors and they're little cards that teach the kids about mind, body, and soul, and like mind, body, spirit. It's mind, heart, and body is what they address. So like your emotional, your brain function, and how you're thinking, your heart with your feeling, and then your body and your body function. And the little simple cards teach the connection of all three of those at a really young age in simple ways. I love the cards, and it gives you little tips on how to use them too. It's fantastic. I'm like, why don't every one of their oils have that? I love it. All right, so there's a lot of different DIYs for bug spray. Citronella is a great one. A lot of bug sprays have so many toxins in them. So we can use the essential oils, just a few drops in like witch hazel, and you shake it up and spray and around, and it keeps those bugs away. And it is really, really effective. People are so surprised how these simple recipes can be so powerful. doTERRA even has its own specific blend that is an insect repellent. All right, it's actually a certified insect repellent. It's called Terra Shield. So using that, and citronella is one of the oils that's in there, is really powerful. There's a great one, a diaper cream. You want it to be moisturizing, right? So even a fractionated coconut oil with a few drops of lavender and the melaleuca really helps to keep anything at bay, soothe the skin, moisturize the skin, and have that protective barrier. If you wanted to add the zinc in there, that would be powerful as well. All right, so do you have any questions? If you have any questions, put them in the comments, or put them in like on this live video that we're doing, and you can, and we'll be sure to answer your questions and get you the information that you need. I want to talk about some of the recipes here on the card. And so we have one, and you're going to want to choose between these. All right. There's a well baby one that's kind of a general wellness, a happy baby to help, cheeriness and just elevating the mood. Okay. Calm baby. This one would be a great nighttime one. Tummy time. So it's kind of soothing the tummy. Bonding time, sleepy time. Then there's also breathe baby and teething baby. Okay. And so just let us know, and I'm going to give you, and I'll put this in the chat and probably in the description for this YouTube video of the form to fill out. And this form is a twofold thing. So not only will it tell me which class you've come to, and we'll be able to follow up and get the right little roller to you guys, but it gives us some feedback on our classes to know what you're enjoying, what you want to learn more about, and how we can support you. All right. Now, this information came from doTERRA, it came from Aroma Tools, a lot of different experts in the field, not only my own experience, but experts in the field that have been doing this for longer than me, helped to put together this presentation. And so I just want to thank you guys for joining us. Now, I do want to tell you about how you can get them into your home. And then I'll tell you also how you can get not just the little bottle, little like sample guide of going with you, but a full-sized one with the stickers and the actual like tangible recipes for all of these recipes that are on this card, with that dilution chart that it can be at your fingertips. All right. So the 3 ways that you can get these into your home. One is retail. Now, I really don't recommend retail. Almost nobody buys retail from me because it's way too easy to get it at my price, at the wholesale price, even as just a customer. You don't have to be, doing the business or anything like that. That's the beautiful thing with doTERRA. I don't have to sell retail for my business to work wonderfully. Most of my customers are simply wholesale customers. And they get it at 25% off, and it's like a Costco membership. So no monthly obligations. There's monthly perks that we'll talk about in a second. But yeah, so you just one price, buy whatever you want at 25% off whenever you want it. And then when you purchase after that year point, it renews for less than you originally paid, and you get a free bottle of Peppermint, that Swiss Army knife of essential oils. So it's basically like $5 a year to renew your membership. It's fantastic. You can get started for less than wholesale with some kits that we'll talk about. And if you do end up like, oh, I want to detox my home, so I'm going to use the cleaners. We have cleaners, we have vitamins, we have probiotics, we have different essential oils that you want to be taking probably every month for your specific thing. And so if you're purchasing monthly, you get a percentage back on top of your discount, and your shipping back on top of it all. It's fantastic. So you get a bunch of free stuff. So when you get started, we'll go over all of that with you and see if that's the right fit for you. And what else you can expect? Hey, we've got this VIP group where we're educating all the time and supporting each other, personal consultations, a wonderful community with giveaways, and we're here for you. We are a community of support, and we're doing these different classes every week. So some of those kits that you can get started with are these little like sample kits that are 5 milliliter bottles of the top 10 oils, and this fabulous little diffuser. It's so great. I love it. The Healthy Habits Kit, like I said, we've got vitamins. The Deep Blue Rub is so those aching shoulders from like holding the little ones or carrying different things. It just melts it away. It's fantastic. Here's our digestive, our probiotics, it blows everybody away. Terrazyme, our digestive enzymes. You want to upgrade your food, take digestive enzymes. It will allow your body to use what you eat at a much more effective level. And if you have lactose intolerance and things like that, it's a game changer, trust me. The Home Essentials Kit, this is the bigger bottles. And you have some fabulous essential oils in here for, like, you've got that balance, adaptive. I could talk all day about adaptive, and a little bit bigger diffuser. And it's almost 3 times more oils for $100 more. So it is fantastic. The Aroma Essentials Kit, beautiful diffuser, wonderful essential oils that you really can't get on a normal basis. Some of these different, like Northern Escape and things. The Natural Solutions Kit, this is like, hey, I need to get the toxins out of my home. I want to up level all these different areas of my life, from from how I'm taking care of my health from day to day, to a nutritional basis, to how I clean, all the things. This is the kit for you. And it's also the biggest savings off of wholesale. All right. So if you're ready to make that switch, this is the way to do it. You also have the Simple Solutions Kit. So this little kit, it's a wonderful price point for the most popular things that we have. And then you can add like some of the oils that you might really, some of the oils that might not be included that you really wanted. So maybe a Roman chamomile, maybe, an additional lavender, maybe some of that ginger or something like that, okay? And we can help suggest those different things. We do have a back to school kit still available for the rest of September. So this wonderful thing with On Guard, hand sanitizers, sanitizing wipes, foaming hand wash, great for back to school. And it's a wonderful, wonderful discount, but I do not think it's going to last past September. All right, so I'll be sending a thing to you if you have, so that you can get your free stuff, or go to the description and fill that out. And the way that you can get the bottle here, the bigger bottle, is one, if you send this, like you could send this video to a friend, and then if they watch it, I will upgrade your little bottle to the big bottle and all the sheets. The other way is, if you're watching this and you don't have your doTERRA account yet, you can get started with one of those kits, and I will upgrade to the big bottle with this, with the stickers and I have more welcome gifts for you. All right. And with all that free consultation and everything. For those of you that are members, we do have, just a little reminder, we do have subscriptions. So we have an immunity subscription. So it's like a 3-month, you get different items for 3 months that will either boost your immunity, help mind and mood, help relieve any sort of tension or discomfort within the body. We also have one for sleep and one for the respiratory tract as well. Each of those is just $75 a month. And they have instructions on how to use everything in there. And it comes in a wonderful reusable bag in the first month. And then you kind of just fill it up over the next 2 months. They're incredible. Now, if you would like to have your own little keychain with all these different little sample bottles, so like this size, of these different essential oils, and you can zip it up and carry it with you everywhere. Like, this is hundreds of remedies at your fingertips. If you're wanting one of these, I would love to give it to you for hosting a class. So we could do a Zoom class. We could do a class with just like maybe in your home and a few of your close friends, or like out on a patio somewhere, whatever is good for your area. And even if there's a few people, you'd get a sample. So basically, the more people, the more little samples you get. And there's other bonuses for hosting as well. We also do like Facebook classes as well. So you can host one of those and earn this and earn other wonderful doTERRA gifts and even cash. All right. So there's really 3 types of people that are interested in essential oils and end up coming to one of these classes. One of them the first type is interested in living this wellness lifestyle. And I support this type of person by offering this education and being there for them and helping them where they're at and just helping them reach their goals. The other type of person, as we've been talking about, like as we were going through this presentation, different people are coming to mind. And they're like, oh my, this person needs to know about this. Oh, this person should try this. This person needs to hear this. And they have this like list going in their brain. And these people naturally want to share. And as they naturally share, they can actually find themselves earning free natural health care as they consistently share. I support this type of person by helping them have the resources that they need and making it super simple for them to share with their friends and family in order for them to be able to receive that free natural health care from doTERRA. The next type of person is somebody who sees what we're doing here as this Empower Wellness team and is like, wow, this is awesome. This is a solution for so many people. This is a way to offer freedom for people in their health, offering hope. And you want to join that mission and have a bigger influence than just like your friends and family, but have a bigger influence in the community, in the city, in the country around you. Those type of people, they find themselves in a wonderful company that supports their wellness advocates like myself in amazing ways that they can replace, that they can supplement and even replace their income. So they're getting this free natural health care and they're getting financial freedom at the same time as they're helping people. It's this service-based business that everybody's been looking for these days. And I'm so proud to be a part of this company because I know from the farmers to the people I work next to the people that I get to help on a day-to-day basis, I find so much joy in it. I can't even tell you. And I'm really excited as more and more people come into my life that are ready to link arms with me in this business. So wherever you're at, let us know. Let us know where you're at so that we can serve you where you are. And if you have any questions about sharing or even building a business with us, let us know. Simple way to share this video. All right. And we can get you that upgraded gift. Okay. All right. So I am going to probably end this recording, but I am going to actually stay on and do a little business intro as well. Okay, so if you're interested in learning a little bit about the business, I'm going to take the next 10 minutes and intro the business and talk a little bit more about the details there. So if you want to stay on, go ahead and do so. If you're watching this on YouTube, drop something in the comments and I will send you a recording of the business intro part. So thank you so much for joining us and stick around if you'd like to learn more about this service-based business.